How you doing? I'm Darren with Kickin BBQ. If this is your first time to the channel, then welcome. If you've been here before, then welcome back. Today we are going to be cooking up some easy baby back ribs. Now truthfully, I'm not a huge fan of baby back ribs. I like them. I am just more partial to cooking St. Louis cut or full spare ribs, but I know a lot of people like cooking these. It's kind of how I got started, is cooking baby back. So I'm going to show you how I like to do them. We're going to be cooking on the Ironwood 885 today. We're going to be running at 275 degrees. We're going to be seasoning these up very simply with some Tailgater's Barbecue Party Rub, which is just a great all-purpose rub. And then we're going to be coming in with a heavier layer of my Kickin BBQ Honey Chipotle rub, which is a nice sweet heat. It's very balanced, sweet, savory, all the above, and it gives a fantastic color on ribs. It's even won me some money in some competitions. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I'll have links to everything I'm using down below. So let's bring you in and show you how we're going to prep these baby back ribs. All right, so the prep on these ribs is going to be fairly simple. I'm just going to look for anything that's hanging on kind of loose here, like this, because it's just going to dry out and burn up. Take that off. Then I just want to look at the other side. You can see here we have a little bit of fat hanging off there. We'll just go ahead and just take that off. So you can see there's not much really else to do to it. Gonna leave this fat on the top here. Think it's gonna help keep them nice and juicy. Want to go ahead and remove this membrane. And honestly, baby backs are a lot easier than St. Louis cut or spare ribs, in my opinion. We're just gonna work our finger underneath the membrane, like so. Just come through and just lift up on it. You can see that pretty much just came off in one pull. We got a little bit more there. We're going to take that off. Now at this point I can see a little bit more fat. I want to go ahead and trim up here just because it's loose and barely hanging on. Other than that, that is looking pretty good. We're going to go ahead and get this seasoned up. Now the first rub I'm coming in with is the Tailgater's Barbecue Party Rub. Great all-purpose rub. I use it all the time on everything. If you've watched my videos, you've seen me use it and speak very highly of it. Just a nice light coating of that. Now we're gonna come in with my rub, the Kickin BBQ Honey Chipotle. And this stuff is fantastic. Gives a great color, has a nice chipotle smoky smell, sweet, little bit of heat, but it's not gonna blow your face off or anything like that. Just very well balanced. Go ahead and tap that in. Man, that smells good with the chipotle on there. Flip this over. Now we're just gonna repeat the process on the top side. Tailgater's Barbecue Party Rub. Now we're going to come in with the Honey Chipotle. Just like that, it's all seasoned up. Just going to go ahead and press this in. You can already see the color we're starting to get from the Honey Chipotle. We're going to let this sweat out for about 10 minutes while the Traeger gets up to temp. 275 degrees. Just going to throw these on, let them do their thing for probably an hour and a half to 2 hours before we check them. It's gonna be a nice easy cook. I'll show you what these look like when they're going on so you can really see the color and how much they're starting to sweat out and look really good. So I'll pick back up when we are outside at the Traeger. All right, so we have the baby back ribs on the Traeger running at 275 degrees. You can see we have some awesome color on there already. I'm gonna check back in about an hour and just see how they're looking. I know it's not gonna be time to wrap, but I'll just give you a look and show you what they're looking like. So we'll see you in 1 hour. All right, so we are 1 hour into the cook. You can see we have some great color here. Ribs are starting to dry out. They're looking good. Now I'm not gonna spritz these because I really wanna maintain this bark on there, but everything is looking fantastic. We got some fat popping right there, which is great when it comes to pork. So I'm gonna let these go about another half hour to an hour and I'll bring you back. And then we'll probably be about time to wrap. I'll let you know how long it's been, but anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour, I'm thinking. But yeah, these are looking fantastic so far. So we'll see you soon. All right, it has been 30 minutes. The ribs have been on for a total of 1 hour and 30 minutes. You can see we have some great color. I'm starting to get some fat bubbling. Up top, it is looking great. They're sweating. So at this point, we're gonna bring them in and get them wrapped, so I'll meet you in the house. All right, so go ahead and check those ribs out. Those are looking awesome. Starting to get a little bendy, but they are nowhere close to being done. So at this point, we're just running normal process for the wrap. Got some butter. All this is gonna do is kind of help keep our sugars from burning, which we really don't have to worry about because we're cooking at 275. This is more of a 300 and above thing. However, What's a rack of ribs without some nice butter in there? You can see these are looking great, even cook all along. So what I've been doing lately is, and I do this at competitions too, I throw them meat side up, then I come in with a nice vinegar sauce. This is just some Blues Hog Tennessee Red. And we're just gonna kind of hit the top. I really like vinegar sauce on pork. I think it just kind of wakes it up and does some really good things to it. So just enough to cover the whole entire rack. You can see beautiful color coming back on there. And then we're just gonna come in with a little bit more rub. Nothing too crazy. A little bit like that. Now at this point, we're gonna wrap these up meat side up. We're gonna let them go 15 minutes wrapped up like this, and then we're gonna open them up, flip them, and finish them off that way. I've been doing it like this because once that 15 minutes goes by, all the butter's melted, flip it over, everything just kind of cooks in there, and once you flip them, they really go quick. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these wrapped up. All right, we have the ribs wrapped up nice and tightly. I'm gonna get them back out onto the Traeger at 275 degrees, and I'll bring you back in 15 minutes when we rotate and flip these over and show you what they're looking like. So see you in 15 minutes. All right, so it has been 15 minutes. We're gonna go ahead and get these ribs flipped over and see where they're at. See, look at that. Beautiful color on them. So we'll get them flipped over. You can tell they're getting tender. They're not quite there. Just flip that over. And then if we check in the middle, we're sitting at about 172. So got plenty of time. We're gonna be looking for about 203 to 205 dead center. And more importantly, we're just going by feel. You can tell that these are still pretty tight. So I'm gonna get them wrapped up, and we'll come back and check them in about a half hour. All right, so it has been 30 minutes. These ribs have been on for a total of a little over 2 hours, about 2.5 hours. We're gonna check these out for tenderness. I can tell they're looking good. We got some bone pullback right here, and they are probing awesome. Sitting at 205, 206. So I know that these are done. You can see here, nice pullback on the bones. They feel very tender. If I flop them, they're gonna break. So I'm gonna get this foil off to the side. We are gonna set these ribs right here and just let them dry out a little bit and get that color back before we sauce them. But again, look how beautiful these are. Absolutely gorgeous. So we're just gonna let them dry off for about 5 minutes or so, and then we'll sauce them. So I'll bring you back when it's time to sauce. All right, so it has been about 3 minutes. You can see our color came back very nice here. These are looking absolutely fantastic. Nice red color, nice pullback. We're gonna get a little sauce on these now. And I am really excited to try out this sauce on some ribs. I've had it on wings, it is fantastic. This is Puck's Overtime Whiskey Apricot Sauce. It's a local guy near me. I had this on some wings the other day. It's fantastic. I think it's gonna be great on these baby back ribs. So let's get them sauced up. And this will be available commercially in the future. And when it is, I will put a link down below. He's gonna be getting a co-packer, and I'm super excited for him. So once it's available, I'll put a link down below and you can order some and try it out for yourself. Just go ahead and brush this on. All right, now that we have these sauced up, you can see we got a nice shine on there, nice color. I'll bring you in. Look at that, beautiful. So I'm gonna close up this lid and we're gonna let this sauce set for maybe about 5 minutes, and then they should be done. I'll bring you back. All right, so just a few minutes have passed. You can see our ribs are looking fantastic. We have a beautiful color from the rub and the Puck sauce, and I cannot wait to try these. So I'm gonna get them inside, let them cool for about 10-15 minutes, and I'll bring you back for the taste test. All right, so we have gone ahead and let these baby back ribs cool. You can see they look absolutely fantastic. They smell wonderful. I cannot wait to try these. So let's bring you in, slice on into them, and see how we did. Just take a look at those. Absolutely perfect. We're gonna flip them over. We're gonna slice them up. All right, I'm just gonna start right in the middle here. Go ahead and take a look at that. Extremely juicy, nice and tender, all that rendered fat in there. I mean, that is a juicy rib. All right, so I'm gonna bring you out and we will do the taste test. All right, so here we go. Nice meaty rib, nice and juicy. Cheers. Oh yeah, that is cooked absolutely perfect. Right away, I'm getting some pepper from the Tailgater's Barbecue Party Rub. In comes that sweet heat from my Honey Chipotle. And then that Puck's Whiskey Apricot Sauce is absolutely fantastic. It's a great eater rib, excuse me. Perfectly clean bone. Just a wonderful flavor profile on here. Just a nice mellow sweet heat. That Whiskey Apricot Sauce is fantastic. I highly recommend giving these a try. Better have one more official taste test. Good bite off the bone, tender, juicy. I love everything about the flavor profile on these ribs. You got some sweet, you got some heat, you got a nice whiskey apricot flavor on there from the Puck sauce. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of baby back ribs, but I would 100% make these again, and I really think you should too. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to like, subscribe, ring that bell, stay safe, and we will see you next time.